Yeah, I think I mean, it's a good way to kind of establish an early relationship with a customer. So if you've got, if they're not necessarily initially a good credit risk, you've checked them out and maybe the company's just too new. There's going to be lots of new businesses popping up in the next little while too, because of all these people that have worked for these businesses that have been laid off or fired or whatever, and they're sitting at home trying to figure out what they're going to do. A lot of these people are going to be opening up businesses and trying to get into whatever their hobby was. They're going to try and make that their business, and so you're going to see a lot of new credit applications come through, and some of them will be okay. Some of them will be fantastic. And so we recommend that you look at wording in your credit application that would tie the business principal in personally. And we don't really favor a personal guarantee. We like joint and several liability clauses that will do that. And if you don't have an example of that, please reach out to us. We'll give you an example of what to use. But if the new business is not creditworthy this time, they don't have enough of a history, that doesn't mean you don't sell to them. What it just means is that when you drop off the product at their loading dock or whatever the situation is, that there should be payment there ready for you to pick up. So you drop it off and you pick up the check or the cash or sort of however that's going to work. So or if they come to your store and pick up the load, they pay you at the time, right? Whether that's company credit card or debit cards or whatever, but it's cash on delivery is what that means. So if you can get cash for delivery, they can still be a great customer. You're just not extending credit terms to them yet.
So it's not such a bad thing to ask for COD, like some people.
Yeah, no, not at all. Like new businesses, when they first start off, there's a risk there, and I think people understand that. You just don't walk into the bank and expect to get the loan without giving them any kind of security or anything like that, right? So any new business that would expect to do that is, probably a little delusional. So you might want to stay away from that guy anyway. But it gives you a chance to develop a relationship with that buyer, and you get to see how their business is operating. Extending credit terms is not the only competitive advantage you might have, right? Your competitive advantage over your colleagues in your industry might be your delivery time. It might be your ability to get raw material that your competitor can't get quick enough. Maybe you provide goods to your client that you've taken and have added value to, and then you add it on, then you send it to your customer, right? So there's more to just price and credit terms that are a competitive advantage for you. So if you can do that and your client wants to buy from you because you've added that extra value in whatever form, then having them on COD is not a bad thing. They're not going to be upset with you because they look at you as a preferred vendor. And it gives you guys both time to feel each other out, and then you can see how this person's business is operating. And if you, once you've got a bit more established, then you can look at maybe giving them some small credit terms, maybe a small limit over a period of time, and just see how responsible they are.